Welcome. My name is Bernardo Vargas, and I am Dr. Nearshoring. And I want to thank you one more time for joining my show, Manufacturing in Mexico for Dummies. Okay, the subject that we have today is continuing your preparation for your project before approval. So we are talking about aspects of the project that are going to impact your cost. And our recommendation is that you consider that early in your process to come into Mexico. But as early as putting these subjects or the cost that imply to deal with these subjects in the project cost. Yes, so we talk about your building cost. We talk about your manufacturing strategy. So you consider your labor, etc. Now we're gonna talk about a very important part, which is the benefits. It's very important to consider the taxes or fees that you're going to incur initially in your project. We're going to talk about that in another chapter, probably in the next chapter. But right now, I want to talk about the benefits. What benefits your company can be subject of getting, and that depends from one state to the other. Some governors sometimes, depending on the political party that is actually ruling the country, are more open to provide more benefits, more substantial benefits than other states, or that changes with the time. So sometimes, like everything else, it's very important to use the opportunity. So for doing this, the project management partner that you're hiring, that firm typically can do the investigation. For example, in our case, in Bernardo Vargas Consulting, manufacturing consulting, we do the complete investigation in the different states. So we can present to you, these are the states now, nowadays, the state of Coahuila is giving. At least we present you with one or two examples. These are benefits that this company got, etc. Nuevo León versus Tamaulipas versus San Luis, which are currently the most popular places to go. So that's very important. So just to give you an idea, what you need to be aware, what you need to be asking for. Typically, it's more and more popular to give least zero on the land cost, which means these properties are from a particular or are part of still property of the government, that could be, or part of a community. So in order to develop the community, typically the state government buys the land to the community owners, and then they hire developers, and then they give the land to a very low prices, or even they lease zero the land, to depending on the size of the business. So, for example, one of the things that was very famous here in Nuevo León, when Kia installed their facilities, they got lease zero for many of the acres, and the development is huge. So it sounds like Tesla, now that is coming, they're gonna also get that type of deal, which is win-win, because with all the investment they're gonna bring, it got paid very quickly, in very few years, for both sides, for the government, the community, and the companies. So this is very important. Then the other very important is the land property tax. I think this is a regular tax. It exists everywhere. You own land, you own your house, you have to pay taxes, right? Okay. So, but in order to promote the nearshoring, the property taxes are also a benefit, are presented as a discounted tax, or a reduced tax, depending in what state, or it is municipality, in what municipality you are, because even here in Nuevo León, it can change from one municipality to the other. So it is also very important, because it's going to drive your decision where you're going to place your factory. This is why I thought it was better to provide some insight on the benefits that you may get from different places, because this will impact your decision where you wanna be located. Then the other thing is the payroll tax. The payroll tax also an state tax, and you can get zero payroll tax for a period of years. I have seen from 4, 6, even to 10 years, and that also depends on the size of the business, but also the negotiation capabilities of the company. So these benefits are available. Then the other important is the accelerated, the accelerated depreciation. They allow you with the new equipment. I'm not sure if only with the new, I need to check that, or you need to check that. But I think even old equipment, the depreciation can be, the benefit is that the depreciation can be done in 1 year, accelerated depreciation. So that's very important, because that's going to impact your project costs. So your project may look, with all these benefits, it's necessary, because it's part of the benefit that you're gonna get from doing the nearshoring here in Mexico. Then the other important is tax reduction in labor expenses with the turnover, which your turnover can be as bad as 100% per year, or even worse. Yeah, do you understand what I'm saying? That in 1 year you have turnover of all your labor force. So if you're smart to negotiate these benefits for 5 years, you're gonna be able to have discount on your profit, taxes, with all your the training costs. So it's interesting. It would be a good chunk of money. Not many companies pay attention to this. Then other thing that is not so easy to see in money, but it's also very important, is the negotiate with the municipality the access of your company, because in many industrial parks are built so fast that the access roads are in a terrible way. So sometimes even for hiring labor, they don't want to go there because the roads are in terrible shape. So this is important to negotiate. It's necessary to negotiate this with the municipality so you can get good new, at least refurbished, renewed roads, and perhaps overhead bridge, or something that labor likes very much are lighting for night shifts, so it's safe because it's illuminated, and also the bus stops facilities, so they can have a safe place to be waiting for the transportation bus, and safe, protected, like fenced and illuminated. That can also be built by the municipality in their own, using their own land, not yours. Or perhaps you can trade off. If you can have land in excess, perhaps you can do it. And finally, what I have here is this is a little bit more difficult, but I have seen some companies get this benefit. It's an exemption in the duties or the tariffs that you have to pay in your import-export activity. I have seen some companies have been able to get some special reductions additional to the North America Trade Agreement. In addition to that, depending on their activity and depending on the size, again, depending on the size of the business. But I think these are also up in the air to negotiate. So be sure you take a look at that, because that could be a good amount of money. Normally, you're going to export 100% of what you build. And then you need to start working that final part of this video in your IMEX. So when you develop your business model, it's important that you count in your IMEX if there are going to be some duties that you have to pay in your that you put it in your material cost, and it's important to look at it twice. Yes, because sometimes change from one moment to the other. Normally, they are very steady. You will have tax zero for most of the components that you're gonna use, because you're gonna put it back in the US. That's the whole nature of IMEX. But it's important because sometimes we have very smart and bright politicians like Donald Trump. Then they come up with a creative way of negotiating, and they end up finally changing some things. So I just want to give you the heads up that it's important to look at that twice, and you make sure and everything is clear for you, and it's according to the current the taxes are according to the current regulations and agreements. All right, that's all that I have for this chapter. Again, my name is Bernardo Vargas, and I am Dr. Nearshoring, and this is Manufacturing in Mexico for Dummies. Please join me the next time. Thank you.